Good Saturday morning, people. Guess what time it is? It's time to get to the farm. Once again, it's Saturday. It's 8:55. I am running late again, but I'm heading to the farm. Let's see what we can get into today, okay? All right, guys, welcome to the farm. We are already at it. Dad and I have had a 2-hour conversation about some stuff going on in his life, and now the tractor's loaded with corn, and he's going to run over to the other side and put corn in the feeder and do a little bushwhacking over there. I am going to work on the truck wiring the new LED light bar, 20-inch nightlight LED light bar that I bought to put on the race rack. So I'll bring that to you, and also I might fiddle fart around with some other wiring, but anyhow, let's get into it. See if that even know that corn. Yeah, I might do that this afternoon myself. It won't hurt to have a stockpile. No. All right, so let's see what kind of wiring we got on this light bar so I can figure out what gauge of wire to work with. All right, here's the manufacturer wire, and it's really not a big gauge. If I would say 16 gauge. Okay, on this Armadillo race rack, more accessorizing going on. So I've got my bullet antenna for my scanner. I got my CB antenna mounted. Granted, I want to mount this on a different mount, but that's in the future. I've installed my third brake light system that I'm going to use. These two backward facing LED lights are actually red. Then I've got my white 4 cubes here, but I've installed this 20-inch light bar here. It's a Nightlight brand on the race rack facing forward. LED light facing forward, and I've also got my LED light bar here, which you really can't see, but it's right here in the bully bar. Get it on, get it on. All right, let's start stripping some wires here. There's one strip. Two strip. Get these wires stripped. 1, 2. Get them twisted up good. Get my other wire here. Let's go ahead and get it crimped up. Stopped on that right away on Eddie's. Yeah. Down in that bottom there, the eddy cut. Yeah.
3 big hogs in that one.
Really?
Just standing there.
Oh, you saw them?
Yeah, feeding in the roadway, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, look at that. I took a picture of one of them.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but I don't know if it came up. But while I was taking a picture of him, 2 big ones came up.
Oh, wow. Yeah, them damn hogs are all back up in there then.
Yeah, pork chops. 3 big hogs.
Nice.
She said, Boston butts, please.
That's funny, yeah.
Uh,
Boston butts. All right, that was a job. My hands are cramped, so I ran all that wire in loom. So now I'm going to zip tie it nice and clean behind it and drop down behind the cab here as far as it'll go into the truck, which should be no problem, and up into the gang switch for the Auxbeam controller. There it is. All right, so now the trick is getting it up into the hood, which last time I did this, I used an antenna and I fished it right down in there to the ground. If you can see what I'm talking about, see I don't know if you can see the ground, right down in there. Then I pulled it up, tucked it away, and this is the gang box here for the Auxbeam controller. Now you kind of get an idea how that works. Okay, I've got it zip tied all up into the truck. I'm gonna bring all that to you because, okay, so I couldn't find the antenna, but I found a piece of PVC pipe. So all I did is push it right on through till it hit the ground. If you look, I don't know if you can see it, but right next to it is a piece of loom that comes up from the other lights. Now, with all this being said, this loom wires I still have yet to run, but I'm running out of time and I don't have the proper connection, so I'm just going to stop with this. But all that loom and all these zip ties are coming off, and 1 3/4 inch piece of loom is going to house everything. So it'll be one piece of loom coming down. Everything under the truck's going to be cut, opened, replaced 3/4 inch coming up into here, so I don't have all these pieces of loom running in here. I mean, nothing wrong with it, however, just what I want to do. Let's pull the wire up now. All right, that's as far as it's going to go. I hope this wire reaches. Right. That's as far as the loom's going right there. So I have just enough wire. This is absolutely amazing. This is the gang box, and there's the end of the wire. I couldn't have worked out even more perfect. All right, third fuse down is 20 amps, perfect for the light bar. So we're going into the third hole here with the positive. Okay, ground it, should work off the switch. All right, so the positive wire is mounted securely inside the Auxbeam gang switch. All I have to do is ground this wire, put an end on it, and ground it to my ground bar right here, and we're good to go. It should work off the switch inside. All right, let's hook another one of these. I bought these perfectly to fit the screw for that ground bar. So you guys seen me use this gun and heat shrink. I firmly believe in it. Even without the solder connections, which, like I said, I can't find them. Look at what that does to this connection. It is absolutely sealed from water. Now, is it 100%? I don't know, but I'll tell you, if I put heat shrink over that, it'll be that much more protected. My main concern is the soldered connections. I fully trust a soldered connection. You'll never have to mess with it again once you use those solder fittings. But like I said, they're missing. All right, let's ground this puppy and we'll be done. This little ground bar, and here's the ground main cable that runs to the battery terminal, which I told you I bought the 20 inches. I bought these a set of positive and negative when I installed the battery isolator. I used the 20 inch on the battery isolator, and I didn't need the ground. However, it came in perfect for this situation, so I ended up using the whole thing. And like I said, it's 11 bucks, so you can't beat it. So I'll tell you what, this is where I was going to mount it in a row. The wire was only long enough to reach right here, 2 inches. That wire was perfect almost. So what I'm wiring here is my CB wire. It's not going to go into the gang switch, the Auxbeam gang switch. So I'm just going to straight wire the CB. The reason why I'm showing it here is because last weekend when I mounted the CB radio, I just stuck the wire in the wing nut there. This time I put a good terminal on it. It's time for some lunch. Dad and I are both hungry and time is flying. It's like 12:30. Oh yeah. So in the past installations that I've done, I've had some ground wires just kind of loose without being in loom or anything. So now I'm just kind of cleaning up. So I'll put the front LED light bar wires in loom, zip tying them tight. And I'm also putting an additional ground wire on the ground bar now and taking it off the battery that goes to the bus bar, the ground bus bar. All right. All right, let's go ahead and button this thing up. Auxbeam. Tools, and more tools. Okay guys, so real quick, you've heard me mention before in past videos about the Auxbeam controller. All it is a gang switch. It's called a gang switch. So if you have any accessories on the exterior of your truck or even on the interior, but it makes better sense with like LED lights and bars and any accessories on the outside of the truck, if you want to work them, instead of putting switches all in your truck and drilling holes for each switch, or what if you got a bracket and have a 5 gang switch mounted up under the dash, it just doesn't look like it belongs there. This controller, Auxbeam controller, will fix all that. So what it is it literally puts your switches all up under the hood. Okay, so with that being said, there's this box. I've mounted it on top of this fuse box. There's plenty of room underneath, so I didn't worry about the screws or however. This is the switch box with all the relay switches, all the fuses, and all the plugs. So you can run all your wires up under the truck or however to this. From this, there is, I can't really show it to you. This is it right here. It's all zip tied in snakeskin. But this controller here, one wire, instead of running all these different wires into the truck hooking them to separate switches. This one wire here goes through here inside the dash, comes out right here and hooks to this. Now this controls everything. Front light bar, back light bar, and this is going to be the top light bar, and you get stickers for everything, multiple stickers for different choices, strobes, light bars, winches, you name it. But this is going to be my third light bar switch right here, and it's all controlled off of what this is called the Auxbeam brand. There we go. There's a master control here that cuts everything off and everything on if you want it to. Depends on what you set. So now these four will be on. If I want just the front light bar and the back cubes on, then they're just on. So here's all the stickers I was telling you about. So let me pick one and I'm going to stick it on the controller. Okay, I opted to go with roof light. So this is where it's going, right here. All right guys, that's it. Front LED light bar up and running. Back LED bar on top, up and running. All right, I think I'm gonna call it quits. I still can't figure out a place to mount that CB mic, which was a couple of videos back installing a CB. It's just complicated. There's no flat surfaces on this truck. So anyhow, everything's cleaned up, packed up. There goes Dad. And the clouds are moving in. We're supposed to get maybe a chance of rain today, but it's held out so far. So we're gonna pack it up and head it on to the house. I appreciate all of you, so please subscribe if you haven't. Enjoy my life and whatever y'all want to watch and enjoy, whether it be up here at the farm or instructional, like in installations like today. And we'll see you next weekend, okay? Y'all have a good one.